Hello everyone and welcome to Great Deltan. Today is a layout update for June, which follows all the work I've been doing over the last few months. It's been quite a while since I've actually done a layout update, and it's been quite a while since I've actually ran any trains. So stay tuned for this next few minutes and I'll tell you what I've been up to. So if you've been following the mini-series of the station build, that's where a majority of the progress has gone. There's been a few other little jobs to do, but I've been mainly focusing on this area, just so I can get this third of the layout finished and so that it's all done. There's a couple of small little things I'd like to do. All of these stone walls need some capping on, just to hide the card joints, and I want to add some road signs as well, as the road's looking a little bit plain and there's a lack of detail. So you always see road signs everywhere, and there's not many on the roads at all, if any, so that'll be something to do. Tonight we're joined on the layout by this new loco here, which I'll talk about in a sec. My DB Schenker Class 66 hauling my Rake of Revolution Trains TEA tankers, which I've recently extended. I now have 10 VTG Reds and 10 EWS ones. However, there are 3 sitting over there at the minute because they keep dragging, they're not rolling, so that's something I'll need to have a look at. Also on the inner track is the Cross Country Class 170. There's been quite a few new additions of stock to Great Deltan. I won't talk about all of them, and they'll all be revealed in the next running session. So this one here is the Cross Country HST, which I've been lucky enough to find someone who was selling one, because they're not easy to come by nowadays, and I managed to create the full 7-car HST. Both ends are fitted with ESU sound decoders with Lego Man Biffer sound files, and I've given it a few test runs and it sounds excellent. Personally, I prefer it to my Voyager sounds, which are by U-Choose, so if I do convert any more locos in the future with sound, it will be with Lego Man files. So yeah, I've been saying that my station's done. It's fully lit everywhere. It's probably one of the most well lit areas on the layout. So we obviously started with part 1 looking at the canopies, which is a very popular video. Everyone seemed to like that. And then part 2 looked over at the drop-off area, which was something I just needed to get done. Part 3 we looked at the station building, which was also quite a popular video, and I quite enjoyed building that. I wasn't looking forward to doing that. Part 4 then finished off with this road and car park. And altogether it's made a really nice looking modern station. It looks busy, it looks functional, and I couldn't be happy with it to be honest. Given my first attempt at scratch building, or proper scratch building, it looks the part. So something that I've recently redone is 2 areas of back scene. This for the station area and town scene, and then this one which covers the town scene going around to that area there. And previously I had these back scenes stuck with PVA glue to some cardboard, and it was an awful job. They had numerous ripples, it looked horrible, and the cardboard eventually started to warp and bend over, and it just looked awful. So I took all of them out, got some new back scenes. I've used proper back scene paste by Dulux, and then I've stuck it to some thin wood, as I have done with these back scenes, and it's turned out a lot better, and it looks like a much better finish now. I've also screwed them from the outside of the shed onto the actual baseboard to keep them from falling down, as what happened before was they were just wedged between the shed skin and the actual layout, so any temperature variance causing the shed to expand or contract would cause the back scenes to fall down. I think I actually found one of these under the layout. So they're all screwed now. A couple of them have had to be bolted in because I can't get to the shed where I need to actually screw them, because there's a big old garden box there. But they're secure in one way or another, and they're a lot better now. These are the Gauge Master back scenes. I think they're designed for double O gauge, but it's what was available in my local model shop, and I quite like them because they go well with what I'm trying to create with an urban area and a town scene over there. Just a quick mention on the actual YouTube channel progress. We're now at 850 subscribers, which is fantastic. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed and is continuing to follow this progress. Hopefully we'll get to 1,000 by the end of the year, and that'll be really good. That's my milestone target, just for this layout and for the following of it, so hopefully we can get going with that. The Facebook page has reached over 500 followers now, so it's got to a really good point. Never thought I'd get this far with the layout, and my skills as a modeller have progressed to far beyond what I thought they'd get to. So things are going well. Hopefully I'll see some of you at Wally this year. If it goes ahead, I do plan to attend, probably on the Saturday. If anyone would like to say hello, I'll probably be wearing my t-shirt, which my girlfriend bought me for my birthday, so I'll be easily recognisable. So, some new additions to Great Deltan. I won't talk about this too much because there is a fair bit, and I will reveal all of what I've got in the next running session, when I'll probably be doing a run every piece of stock session. So first we have the Graham Farish Class 66 by Freightliner, in Freightliner livery. Now, I've been meaning to get one of these since I started doing Engage. I just never got round to actually buying one, so I thought I'd take the plunge and finally purchase one. I'll always go classic. I'll always go Graham Farish with my diesels. I do prefer them to Dapples. They're just a little bit heavier, and I find the quality's a bit better. So that's that one. That's DCC fitted, and you'll see that in the next running session. So I recently received my Class 221 back from the Weathering Works. They've just done a weathering job on it. I'm quite happy with it. It's a little bit heavy, to be honest, for a loco that's regularly serviced. They've really gone quite heavy on the body. I'd rather they just did the frame, but overall it doesn't look too bad. I can just say that the cleaning, the wash was broken. And then we have these auto ballisters. These are by Graham Farish. They're somewhat rare nowadays, quite hard to find, so I was lucky to be able to get this many. I've paid the price because they are expensive, but they're incredibly well detailed wagons, especially for the time of which they were released. It's quite a while ago, but they're very hard to come by nowadays. So I've got 15 of those. The ones at the back are the curved top ones, they're the rarer ones, and the ones at the front are the flat tops. All of them are hard to find though, and you don't see many for sale on eBay, but I grabbed them while I could. So yeah, also I've added 2 new Pendolinos, which I found second hand on Facebook, which was lucky. There's not too many people selling those. I've got City of Birmingham and I've got 101 Squadron. You'll see those in the next running session as well. And then, like I said, we've got the Cross Country HST. Couple of newer additions of stock, obviously the Kato 800. I'll be ordering, well, I have 2 LNER 800s on order, and then we've also got a load of Network Rail JNA wagons, which I managed to find from someone on Facebook as well. So let's have a quick talk about this area. If you haven't watched my overhead line electrification video, then give that a watch. Basically, I've just added some overhead lines to this countryside area of the layout. I wanted to add some overhead electrification, and this seemed like the easiest area of the layout to do it, because there's no obstacles and it's quite simple. The gantries are by N-Brass. They're a bit of a fiddly build, but they're worth it because they do look quite good. And then all these single masts you see are by Depot. These are quite good, quite flimsy, but they're still fairly detailed for what you get. All the catenary wires are made from guitar string. A couple of reasons for this: they're good sort of thickness for N-gauge. They come fairly straight, and they've got a good temperature coefficient as well, so they don't expand when it gets hot. Because obviously they'd probably just destroy themselves otherwise if they expanded too much during hot temperatures. That's really all the progress I've done on this area. Nothing really happens on this area anymore, as it's pretty much completed. So we'll turn the camera around here. This is obviously the new area which I'll be working on in the upcoming months and videos. Over there is where the branch line ends. I'm not sure if you can just see where the track has been cut. If you haven't watched my announcements video, basically I had the inner and outer tracks were both dead under the branch line. I could not access them to fix them. I wasn't happy with the branch line area anyway. I could barely use it due to the amount of problems I had with it. So I just decided to rip it up and start again. And I'm happy I did, to be honest, because it's allowed me to get a fresh start on the branch line, give some new practice with some more scenery. I've also been able to add this cutting here, which I'm really happy with. This is based on road cutting in Northamptonshire. It's just done using the Metcalfe retaining walls and the some I-beams which I bought, some polystyrene I-beams which I bought from my local model shop. They've been painted in a dark grey and then gone over with some rust wash and some weathering powders. These are removable because I need to still access the track for cleaning. So they just slot in here and sit on the ledge created by the retaining wall. But I'm really happy with the area, and not many modelers actually ever got anything like that, so really happy. So let's have a quick talk about the new branch line. I've decided to actually lower the whole area to stay so it's at a level consistent with the town scene and the raised roadways, so I can have a road all the way down to the town scene now. This has obviously created some issues because that is a little bit higher, so the branch line will take a right hand bend all the way down here. That will all be elevated on a small embankment, and then it will come down here into a new station, which will just be a single platform sort of halt. I'll be basing it on Stourbridge Town, which is the shortest branch line in Britain. Just a single platform main line, and then that also gives a little bit of extra track for the DMUs to travel on for the branch line, making so at a steady speed we'll have a sort of 2.5 minute journey. In that area over there will just be a road. It will sort of come up here after it goes past the station and terminate here. It will be hidden by trees, so you can just sort of imagine it terminating itself. That road will then travel down here in front of the branch line, off here, which is where the board has reached at the minute, and then we'll connect to this over here to make a T-junction to go right to the station, drop off, and left into the town. And then down here will just be some industrial units. There'll be ramp access to the station car park down from road level. I haven't quite decided what else I'll put there. Something else I've done is ballasted the last bit of the branch line, so every single bit of track that's showing on Great Deltan is now ballasted finally. This was done using a mix of the light ballast, which I've used over here, and the granite sort of colour, which I used over here. You can see there's just sort of a mix there. I'll give it a bit of weathering and then hopefully it will blend in quite well. To solve any future issues with track, I'm going to be cutting a couple of hatches out so I can access the track underneath for cleaning and any maintenance that needs doing, so I don't have to rip up the section again. I'll be doing the branch line in concrete track. I'll be making it look like it's a very new station, newly laid track, so it won't be very weathered, it'll be quite new looking. So all the lighting has made for a very well lit layout, to be honest. If I just show you the whole layout in the dark, you'll see how sort of busy it looks in the nighttime scene. The station, and we come over to the town scene. Obviously this area's not got any lighting at the minute, other than the signal gantry. And then we've got this industrial scene over here, and the farm, which is nice and isolated and rural. Something I've also had to do is overflow into a second drawer for all of my stock. I do have quite a lot now, and due to the fact I don't have a fiddle yard, it all must stay away to remain protected. It takes quite a while to actually get things on and off the layout, but when it's stored it needs to be protected, so I keep it in these drawers. That's a shelf, under there is more things, all my intermodal container wagons and EWS minimal wagons, and in here I keep all my passenger stock, well, mainly, and all the diesels and whatnot up here. Some of it's on the layout at the minute, but when it's all away it just about fits in here. But with all the pre-orders I have from Revolution Trains, Dapol and other manufacturers, it's probably not all going to fit in here. Well, it definitely won't fit in here. I'm probably going to double my stock this year with all the things I have on order, so I'll either have to do another shelf or I'll just keep up things that I actually want to run. So, future progress will obviously be just to finish this area. I'll be doing the branch line next, and this road which comes down here, and I'll be finishing off with this lower section here. That's really all from me today. I just wanted to give you an update. It's been quite a while since we've got through anything like this. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll join me for the next few videos. We'll be having a running session with everything. I'll probably be doing a weathering of the car 66, and then there'll be some more videos to follow. So thank you very much for watching. I'll leave you with a couple of running shots, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.